guys, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to go ahead and do that. So I am back with another education video for you guys. A lot of you guys have been wondering about ultrasound school and just what I can tell you guys so far. So I'm going to be telling you guys everything that I know so far about my current ultrasound school. I know I've been hiding the name of it for a while and I haven't told you guys just for the safety of myself and my son, but it's come to my attention that they're kind of changing the program a little bit, and possibly by next year it'll be completely and totally online. And if that is the case, then I'll be revealing the name of it very soon, but I want to make sure before I tell you guys, because for every 100 amazing YouTuber subscribers out there, there's one crazy one, and we want to make sure that we don't come in contact with that one crazy one. So I'm not going to tell you guys now, but if that is the case, I will be revealing it in a future video. So I want to start with the cost of tuition and what you need before you can get started, and then I will move on to what I've experienced so far and kind of how the courses and things are set up. So first things first, there are some prerequisite courses. If you're not a member of an allied health program, like radiologic technology was an allied health program, I think dentistry, nursing, all these are allied health programs. These totally wipe out your prerequisites. So my degree wiped out my prerequisites and I could just jump into this program. For someone who is just interested in ultrasound, who hasn't indulged in any type of allied health program, there are prerequisites, and I'm going to put them up here somewhere, but they are college algebra. I think I even saw something about possibly getting your C.N.A. before you can even get into the program. Medical ethics, medical terminology, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, physics, intro to physics, and things like that. These are courses that some of them I didn't even take in my allied health program, but these are required. And like I said, if it hasn't already popped up there, it will pop up there. But those are the courses you're going to need before you can even get in. Now, as far as tuition goes, this is a school that is a private it's a private school. It is not a government funded school. It doesn't not have the FAFSA or your Pell Grant, things like that, which it's expensive because it doesn't have those things. But what it does have is that WIOA program that I talked to you guys about. I qualified for it. I guess not everybody does, but for the majority of people do qualify for it. And basically the tuition is probably about $13,000. This includes all of your education. You go into clinic, your books, and I mean lots of books, and all of these things are within that price. And then my WIOA gave me $7,500 towards that tuition, so it took a giant chunk out, and I'm so thankful that I was able to get that grant. Like I said, not everybody will get the grant, but for the majority they will get the grant, and it will cut off $7,500 of your tuition. The rest you can do by payment plan. If you choose not to use the WIOA grant or you're not qualified, you can pay $2,500 every 3 months for a year. And like I said, it's pretty expensive if you think about it. So if you can get that grant, go ahead and get it. And I know that you're like, that is up there, but it's a very, very good program. Like, I've been loving it so far. I can do almost every exam that the sonographer can do, and I've only been there since August, so it's only been like a few months, and I can already almost do everything. And it's a really good program. So if you can't afford it, if you can find a way to make payments on it, then that is good. Hopefully they'll be able to maybe get the FAFSA and the Pell Grant rolling, but as of right now, it's just a private school. And what I love about it too is the director wrote the sonography book. So you're getting that A1 experience. You're really getting down to it, to the real sonographers. So I really like that. So that is kind of how your tuition goes. The way the WIOA grant will work is it'll pay part in sections. So for the first part, it paid a little bit, and then I had to go and pay like $900, and then you wait a few more months, it'll pay a big chunk, and then you pay another $900. So you know what I'm saying? It breaks it up. It doesn't give it to you all at once, but it breaks it up so that instead of me paying $2,500 every 3 months, I pay $900 every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way better deal, and I really like that. So that's it for your prerequisite courses and for your tuition. Now, once you get into the program, they have what's called your boot camp. This is when I went to the school for 3 weeks, and I stayed in a hotel for 3 weeks. They had great deals. I paid about $900 something for a whole 3 weeks in a fully a kitchenette type of room. I stayed with my aunt, me and her cooked, and it was great, and we had it was really good. Now you could go to the Holiday Inn, they have a deal with them, and that's like $100 a day. Like, that's not a deal to me. I paid $44 a day. So I got a really good deal. And I'm always in school, so I used my refund from college to pay for that. So there's ways that you can kind of get around it and figure out how to pay for things. But yes, schooling can be expensive, but once you get out, you're gonna be happy that you did it. So during your 3-week boot camp, you're gonna have like 3 different subjects that you're gonna go over. That's gonna be abdomen, OB, and physics. And that's what you're gonna go over while you're there. So when I first got there, your days are gonna probably be, I think mine was like from 9 to 12 and then from 1 to 4 or something like that. It's something like that. And it kind of switches up. It depends on how long your lectures are. You might get out early. You get a whole hour for lunch. Like, it was pretty nice. So when you first get there, I walked in. I had a stack full of books with my name on it. And I mean a stack like this. It was, well, there you go. It was a lot of books. And they had my name on it, and I go in, they had a pen for me, and the pen had like a highlighter on the other tip. It was nice. So you walk in, you do all this, you tell them who you are, all this stuff, and do the whole, you know, the icebreakers you do when you're in high school and sometimes in college, and tell them where you came from, blah, 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 why you're here. And I'm telling you that there are people from Alaska, Texas, all over who are coming to this program. So once you get that in order, they gave you a list of the people that you're going to be working with, and you have partners throughout the day to go scan with. So you have what's called your scan lab, and your scan lab was basically, they tell you some things to find, and you find them on your partner. At the very end of the week, you were graded on these things, but during the week, you kind of just practice. You can practice all you want until 5:30 at night, I think is the time. And basically you have your lectures in the morning, and there's a test every single day. So I'm going to just break you down what a week would look like. So basically in the morning you would have your lecture. So you go over your lecture, you take an hour for lunch, you come back and you rather finish a lecture or you have scan time with your partner. And if you want to, you can stay beyond your scan time to practice. You wake up the next day, you're gonna take a test over what you learned the day before, and then you're gonna do the same routine all the way again. When you get to Friday, instead of taking, you still have your test, but instead of having your scan lab with your partner, you're gonna have a scan lab test. And they're gonna tell you, they're gonna give you a list of things that you need to find on your partner. You're gonna scan for them, you're gonna find them, and those things are graded. And basically that is what you do every week. So like I said, the first week is abdomen week. So abdomen week is going to be all about your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, your pancreas, all these things that are found in your abdomen, as well as the diseases and disorders that are also found there and things that you might see. Tumors, you're also learning about how to know if something is cystic, if it's a mass, if it's solid, if it's cancerous, does it spread out, or does it have clear margins that a doctor could cut out if it's benign. You're going to learn all about those types of things and what you're going to look for. Basically what they want to teach you is what normal looks like. If you know what normal looks like, you will know what abnormal looks like. And that is the point of it all. So when you're done with abdomen week, the next week was physics week. We had a physics teacher, and it was the son of the main director. He gave his physics lectures, and the same thing would happen over again. And while we are doing these physics week, we are still scanning with our partners, and we're still having scan tests on Fridays. Then when OB came, we did a whole week of OB, same routine, and then on that last day, we saw a pregnant patient, and our instructor scanned this pregnant patient to let us know what a true OB would look like, because none of us were pregnant to practice on each other, but we did pelvises on each other and we turned those in. But yeah, so that is how your weeks go. Now at the end of the last week, they did what was called a lockdown browser, teaching us how to use it. The lockdown browser was uploaded to our computers. What it basically does, it's like The Incredibles. Like, you use your camera, you scan the room, you show people that there's no one in your room. They're able to listen to you and watch you while you take your test, so there's no cheating. And you are set up with this before you leave, because from now on, every test that you take will be done through the lockdown browser to make sure that you are being ethical, yeah, that you're not cheating. So when that is over, as soon as I got home, I think I got home that Saturday, by Tuesday it was time for me to go to clinic. The clinic schedules are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, meaning that Mondays and Fridays are free, and these are your test days, these are your work days. Any of your modules, your quizzes, your things that you have to do are going to be open on Mondays and Fridays. Now sometimes they will have a webinar for you to watch on a Wednesday, and you want to turn in your grade for that webinar, but for the most part everything is done on Mondays and Fridays, and it might not even open until Mondays and Fridays. So it's not like a course or a class where you can go in and do things ahead of time. You really can't. For the most part, they open on those certain days, but modules sometimes open a week before, and you can keep working on it to a certain day. I totally made that so confusing. Everything school-wise will be done on Mondays and Fridays, except for some webinars that are done on Wednesdays. So that's kind of how your schedule is. You're able to go to clinic from 8 to 4:30, or you can choose 7 to 3:30. I chose to wake up because I like to come home and see my baby. So I go from 7 to 3:30, and you scan things. You have what is called your scan exercises. These are due your first and second quarter. Scan exercises are 3 different exams you're gonna have to do and actually send off and turn into the school. I'm about to work on my next half of mine. And then you have what is called objectives. Objectives are going to be due at the very end, and these are all the pelvic, transabdominal, transvaginal, so the time you put inside the probe that you put inside. You have your abdomen, complete abdomen, right upper quadrant abdomen, your renal exams, your thyroid, what else? Soft tissue, whatever it might be. And you are, the thoracentesis are my favorite. So basically, I'm totally all over the place, but a thoracentesis is when someone has fluid in their lungs and you use the ultrasound machine to see the fluid, and the doctor comes in and drains the fluid off of their lungs, and you have to perform one of these exams, and you're going to document all of this, and you're going to have images of all of this. No patient information on the images, but you're going to have all the images, all of these things in a book, and you turn this in at the very end, and this is how you graduate. Now, this is pretty much all I can tell you so far, because of course I'm not that far ahead yet. What I do know is there are certain exams that you have to take. You have what's called your SPI, which is your physics portion of your registry. It lasts for 5 years, but what it is you have to take your SPI with a certain form of registry. So whether you want to be registered in OB, you can be registered in abdomen, you can be registered in vascular. And vascular can get pretty difficult. So you have your SPI, which has to be taken, your physics portion has to be taken with another modality in order for you to be registered to work. So as of right now, I can take my physics portion. And I think after 6 months, I can go ahead and take a modality. So I haven't even begun to study or start doing any of that, but I plan to take my physics very soon just to get it out of the way. And like I said, it lasts for 5 years. So if you decide you want to take your SPI now and wait a little bit to take a actual registry to be able to work, then you can do that. It's not going to expire, which is awesome. So yeah, I think I told you guys everything. This is pretty much all I know about the program so far. This is all the information I can give you guys. What information I have said, I will try to include in the description box. Like I said, I'm not going to put a website out there or anything until I'm for sure that I won't have to go back there. Because like I said, for every 100 amazing subscribers, there is one crazy one, and we don't want to be in contact with them. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any more questions, you guys want to know kind of like my experiences in clinic and stuff, because I can definitely tell you about that and how it's been scanning and what I've come in contact with and what I like and what I don't like and why I'm excited that I want to be a doctor, and I can tell you all those things. But let me know what you want to see down in the comment box down below, and as always, I will see you guys very soon. Like, rate, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Bye guys!